Hey there, ladies. I am just checking to make sure we can hear. Looks like my comments are actually working tonight, which is super exciting because they were not working last week. I got off of the live and saw that I had a whole bunch of comments, which made me super sad because I love talking to you guys in as real of time as possible. I know there's a bit of a delay. Perfect. Sound is working. Audio checks out. But I am glad you were on. Like I said, I'm excited comments are working because last week that was a no-go, which made me sad. But let me know, say hello in the comments. I am excited to be hanging out with you guys tonight. It has been raining all week long, and we are so thankful for the rain. With that came no T-ball this week. We haven't had T-ball since opening ceremonies last weekend. So it is good to kind of have a bit of a break. I feel like I'm not rushing into tonight's live. Hi there, Morgan. Hi, Carla. Hey, Shaylee. Ladies, say hello. I'm excited you're here. I'm excited I actually see you popping in. Leave some comments, say hello. If you're catching this on the replay, of course, say hello for that as well. But I am excited to be showing up with you. Ladies, it is pageant week. This is it. It is the final stretch. We leave Friday. I think we're going to leave super early Friday morning to get there. I have rehearsals Friday evening and like a meet and greet with the other contestants. And then the pageant Saturday. That's it. It's here. So that's kind of what we're talking about tonight. I'm going to kind of talk about the emotional roller coaster. And I'm going to start by saying, ladies, I'm not sharing this for your sympathy, and you'll hear me say that again pretty soon. I'm not sharing this for your sympathy. I'm not looking for that. All right. But one thing when I started this journey is I really wanted to show up real and vulnerable and authentic. That's just me and my coaching as well. And that's where I'm at right now in my journey. That's the trip I'm on. This week has been crazy. And in all honesty, I almost didn't go live today. I thought about it all week long. I was just like, I don't know that I have the mental space for that. And it's not, ladies, it's not because I don't care. So don't hear what I'm not saying. I heard somebody say that the other day, and I really like that. Don't hear what I'm not saying. All right. It's not because I don't care. But this week has been a lot. It has been so much mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and I mean spiritually in a good way. Like I just find myself leaning more and more into my faith and knowing that God has led me to this. He's going to walk right beside me every single step of the way, which is amazing, but it's still just been a lot. And thank you. I am so excited too. And yes, Shaylee, this rain has been absolutely amazing. I am loving every second of it. I feel for our people out on country roads. I'm sure they are not loving the muddy roads, but I imagine they are absolutely loving the moisture. It's definitely needed. But sometimes I feel like we think we need to be in a better place. Going back to, I know we talk a lot about perfectionism inside this group, and I think sometimes that's how we feel. We have to be in this better place before we're allowed to show up. But I made this decision a long time ago when I started this group, when I started my coaching, that I am not just going to show up when it's polished. I'm not just going to show up when I have it all together, because that's not what I coach in here. We show up vulnerable. We show up authentic. We show up in the truest version of ourselves. And right now, that's where I'm at. All right. So I am honoring that decision. I am showing up a little bit tired. I am showing up very overwhelmed, but present nonetheless. And like I said, I'm thankful that we didn't have T-ball this week. I feel like that piece of it has been a blessing for me. It's been a minute since I feel like I have come into this space completely present without feeling like my mind was everywhere and I was everywhere. So I'm thankful that I have this week to actually be here and be present, even with all the emotions that I'm feeling. But if you're watching this, ladies, this is for you, right? If you've been feeling stretched, if you've been feeling heavy or uncertain, I'm glad you're here tonight. And I hope you get some value out of this, even if it's just me validating that it's okay to be where you're at. One of the things that I did not expect to hit me so hard on this journey, because I have done so much internal work on myself, was a lot of those old feelings starting to show up. That inner critic. We have spoken about her a lot A few weeks ago, I did a whole live on your inner critic and the different voices that she has. So if you didn't catch that, drop inner critic below, and I'll make sure and tag you in that live video because we break down each one of those. And even if you're catching this on the replay, we break down each one of those and kind of what she sounds like. But mine has definitely been coming back strong, right? And I know it's just all of the emotions and everything that's going on, but the pressure, the comparison, I have to really watch myself when I get on social media. I've had a few of the other contestants follow me on my Facebook page, and it's really hard not to go to their pages and start falling into that comparison trap. And that's something, again, that we speak a lot about in here. But not falling into that trap of scrolling their social media and doing the comparison game and remembering that it's the highlight reel, right? That is their highlight reel. And I am telling you, I am excited to compete against each of these women because they are beautiful, beautiful women. I can tell their journeys have been amazing. They have done a lot of work as well. And I'm excited for whoever comes out on top because I know that this is such an amazing piece to their puzzle. So regardless of the outcome, I'm excited for each of these women. But again, I have to watch myself and I have to tell myself, nope, you're not going down that path. Stay off social media. Only, you know, for lifting my friends up or posting, that kind of thing. But for right now, that is definitely where the struggle's at. All right. All those things that I have worked through really hard is definitely starting to resurface. And it's okay. It's going to happen. The only difference is I have learned how to shift that, right? But I've caught myself thinking like, what if I'm not enough? What if I fail? And even crazier, and ladies, this is the one that has really gotten me. What if I succeed? What if I succeed? Then what? Because sometimes, and this is a talk that I had with my own mindset coach, sometimes we're not just afraid of failing. We're afraid of what's going to be required of us if we do succeed. Who are we then going to have to become? Who are we going to outgrow? What pieces of us are we going to start letting go of because of that success? And then we have to confront ourselves, right? To let go of those old pieces. Whoops. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I lost my life. Just making sure that I'm not missing the comments. I think I just lost them. So hopefully I still see them because that broke my heart last week when I couldn't see your comments and got off. And I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you. But through all of that, through the thinking of that fear of success, another thought I had is growth does not silence fear, right? That fear is always going to be there. However, when you start putting the work in, it changes the way you respond to it. Because I'm not running from those thoughts anymore. The old me would have. The old me would have just pushed those down, buried them way down deep. But I'm not choosing to give those thoughts the microphone. Because what's going to happen if I do is it's going to be this volcano of emotion that I buried down and didn't let out, didn't meet, and didn't confront right where it's at. So something that I want to say out loud, and I'm not seeing comments. So drop a hello for me. Let me know something like that in the comments, just so I know my comments are still popping up. I think I messed it up when I accidentally bumped my screen. But let me know if you're still with me. Again, if you're catching this on the replay, drop replay. But something I want you to hear, ladies, is right now, self-worth does not look like confidence. All right. It's not this bold, fearless energy. It's not standing on a stage or owning a room. For me this week, that looks like sitting in the quiet, sitting with the discomfort, especially when I want to distract myself. Last weekend, I literally sat on the living room floor and stared out the window at the clouds. The boys were outside with their dad, and I just sat there and stared out the window at the clouds. I probably looked a little crazy. It's okay. Thank you, Morgan. I'm still seeing comments. That's awesome. All right, and that's okay. I was just present and in the moment. I took the time to breathe through the doubt and to meet it right where it's at. I sat there and I met my inner critic right where she was at. I met her where she was at, but I did not let her take over. Old me would have. right? I'm learning to choose that peace over pressure. And I'm reminding myself that I don't have to prove a thing to be worthy. And probably the most important part of that is I don't have to do anything perfectly to be deserving of this space. I don't have to do anything perfectly to be deserving of this moment or this experience. And from that, I say, ladies, neither do you. Whatever it is that's in your life right now, what your journey is specific to you, that's what I want you to hear. Neither do you. And honestly, like it has been such a roller coaster. My emotions have been all over the place. There are moments where I am so proud of myself that I could cry. And then 30 minutes later, I'm like, what in the world was I thinking signing up for this? Who allowed me to do this? Something this vulnerable, something this so far outside of my comfort zone. But then I go from, I'm doing this, right? Like it's a roller coaster. I'm back up on that peak. I'm doing this. I'm so proud of myself. Back to, who am I for being here? I should just stay in my own lane. And again, ladies, I don't share this for sympathy. All right. I want to show up as my most authentic self, and I'm letting you into my world a little bit because I know in your own world you can relate to this in some way. Because most of you are probably walking through your own version of this. It's probably not prepping for a pageant, but maybe it's a business you want to start. Maybe it's a boundary that you've been trying to set. And maybe it's a chapter that you're too scared to close. But underneath all of that, it's the same wrestle. It's those same voices that we have. It's that same discomfort that we have to sit with. So I want you to know that you are not broken for feeling unsure. All right, you're human. And sometimes the bravest thing that you can do is to keep showing up, even in the middle of that mess. Keep showing up. Do it for you. Thank you, Shaylee. It has already been such an amazing, amazing experience. And even if I don't, that's what I was telling my husband a while ago. I'm using this as a piece to a very big puzzle. Like I feel this calling on my heart to do this. And even if I don't walk away with a crown, I have already had so many of you reach out to me and tell me because of you, I'm facing my fears. Because of you, I have accepted a different position, somewhere where I know I'm going to be happier. I have stepped up and started coaching at a gym that I've been too scared to coach at. My own husband took a risk that he's been wanting to take for 3 years, but again, that fear gets in the way. So this calling is so much bigger than me. I'm letting God lead me through it. But this week I'm not pushing, right? I am letting it be softer. I'm letting it be quieter. And even tonight, like I feel like last week's live, I was so rattled. I was having such a hard time keeping myself focused, but because I'm learning to just sit with it and to sit in the peace and to find that stillness, like I feel such a calm even tonight here talking to you ladies. And thank you for letting me be this vulnerable with you. Thank you for letting me be this authentic and not running away. But I know it's not because I'm giving up, right? Rather, it's I'm giving myself permission to honor right where I'm at. I'm choosing to pause instead of perform. Old me would have just slapped a smile on my face and be like, everything's great. We're good. And how many of us do that? Like, drop a me in the comments. How many of you put on this fake smile just to make it through the day? Right? And there's something to be said for that. Like I know as moms, we have to do that, right? We have to show up for our family. As wives, we have to do that. But the flip side of that is how many emotions are you burying that you should truly be sitting with? How many feelings are you burying because you should be sitting with? All right. How much of that should you be sitting with instead of striving? How much of that should you be showing up like I'm showing up right now instead of not at all? Self-worth does not come from grinding. All right, it comes from remembering who you are, even in the hard moments, even when those voices get super loud, it's still showing up. If this live, ladies, if it hit you today, something spoke out to you, let me know in the comments. If you've been carrying a lot behind the scenes, and I know some of you are, maybe second guessing something you felt bold about. I want you to know you're not alone in it. Absolutely, Shaylee, I love that. If you never do anything scared, you're not going to go far. Exactly. That is my new mantra too. And it's so normal. It is so normal to bury emotions. A lot of us, that's what we've been trained to do. I know in my own household growing up, it wasn't okay to have a whole lot of emotion. So somewhere along the way, we have subconsciously trained our mind to bury those emotions. And speaking of, I didn't have this in my thoughts for talking tonight. I'm actually like, I haven't even had it on my mind. I am speaking at a trauma summit next week. I have been selected to speak at a trauma summit. It's something I knew about. Gosh, I've known about it for a few months now, but I've been so focused on the pageant. I'm speaking at a trauma summit. It's going to be a beautiful 3-day event. It is absolutely free. And there are some incredible speakers that are going to be a part of this event. And I'm going to start posting about it shortly. My focus has just obviously been pageants. But it's next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all-day event. Come and go as you want to listen to different speakers. I'm speaking on Sunday, next Sunday, not this upcoming Sunday at 8:30 in the morning, I believe. And I'm talking kind of about what trauma does to your brain and then like the flip side, healing from it. So if that speaks to anybody in this group, you don't have to drop it here. You can drop Summit for me though, or message me Summit and I will get you the information for that too. Keep an eye on my pages. I'm going to be dropping it there, but I'm super excited about it. I'm excited to share a little bit of my journey. And I'm not going to go too much into that because I really want this to be about the people listening and helping them with theirs. But let me know if you would like the information. I am excited to be a part of it. Like I said, I'm trying my best to grow and push and help as many women as I can on this journey and in this life. And this is just one more piece to that puzzle. So let me know if you want in on that and I will get you the details. All right. But back to this live, back to us talking about burying those emotions and just pushing through, right? You don't have to do it on your own. Right? You don't have to hide the hard parts, especially in this group, ladies. This group is a safe space. That's why I created it. You're allowed to feel it all and still be worthy and still know that you're worthy of everything that you're stepping into. Not still be worthy, you are worthy. But to know that, to know deep within your soul that you are worthy of everything that you're stepping into. All right. And again, ladies, if you're ready to start putting some inner work in, I encourage you to start with my Fearless Foundations Roadmap. All right. It's just a very personalized piece to your journey. I will fill out a form for me. I go through it and I give you some suggestions for your journey. I record it and then I send it back to you. Okay, so it's very specific to you and to your journey. If you're ready for more support than that, of course, there's my mastermind. And I kind of put that on the back burner for now. As soon as this pageant's over, I'm going to jump back in and really start digging deep on that again. But you're ready. Let me know in the comments below. And I will make sure and reach out personally to you and get you that information. But more than anything, ladies, I ask that you be gentle with yourself this week. All right, because that's where I'm at. Growth is never clean. In fact, it's never clean. It is so messy. Growth is messy. It's scary, but it is so worth it. All right. Let me come back and catch up on these amazing comments. Yep. I'm excited for it. Absolutely, Shaylee. I will drop the link as soon as I get off this live. I'll drop the link for you in reply to your comments. And I'll be posting about it too. Like I said, there's some incredible women. There's a lot, and I hold space for everybody. But my own beliefs, there's a lot of like holistic speakers, which is amazing, but also like a lot of psychic healing and stuff in there, which I don't, that's not a part of my journey. It's going to be a very big part of this summit. But I know there's some amazing speakers in there that are not. So whichever side you're on, just know there's going to be a little bit of everything there. But my piece is going to be definitely more, my walk, mine's going to be more faith-based. So just a heads up though, I know once I got into the summit, I was a little bit shocked by that, only because that's not mine. And like I said, if that's your space, that's amazing. And I hold space for you and I respect that, but I know it's not mine. So that part I had to adjust to a little bit, but it's okay. Like I said, it's gonna be a very well-rounded event. I think there's a little bit of everything there. So I would love to see there. If you want more information, I will make sure you have it. But with that, I am calling it a night kind of early tonight, ladies. Thank you for letting me hang out with you. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. It's always amazing to see the support that I get in here. And I hope that I added value of some kind for you tonight. As always, remember you are worthy, you are enough, and I'm empowering you always.